Welcome guys to my new video. In this lecture, I will talk about the database and the importance of the database in computer science. So first of all, like my video, subscribe to my channel, and let's start our course. What is a database? A database is a collection of data that is organized so that it can be easily accessed, managed, and updated. For example, of data applications include computerized library system, flight reservation system, and many content management systems that store websites as collections of a web page in a database. Database offer many benefits such as reducing the amount of time spent adding, deleting, changing, updating, for example. And the data in database is typically stored in tables, which are made up of rows and columns. Each row in a table represents a single record, and each column represents a single piece of information about that record. The column can be, for example, the ID of a person, the name and username of a person, book, for example, if I need to put the information about a book, the name of the book, and this is the introduction or the definition of database. So in computer science, we study the database for understanding the essential in the field of computer science and information management. Now let's talk about the data. What is a data? The data in computer can be numbers, word, file, image, music, audio, video. This is the data. We will explore different types of data and see how the database can handle them. And now let's talk about the database management system, DBMS. The database management system is a computer software that enables you to create, query, update, delete the database, and managing the content of the database. It's mean to access, create, read, select, or update, for example, and delete the data referred to CRUD operations, and the access to these data in the database. This is the definition of the database management system. It helps us to create, to update, delete the database and managing the content of the database. The SGBD also allows defining some constraints on the data called integrity constraints, defining data access and security, passwords, for example, and providing data recovery backups. The BDMS interacts with the user, other applications, and the database itself to capture and analyze the data. This is the importance of the SGBD. Some of the well-known BDMS include the Microsoft Access, MySQL, Microsoft SQL, Oracle, and the Sybase and IBM DB2. Most BDMS are based on a client service model. In this model, the database is stored on a server that is only used for that database and to interact with the database. A software called client is installed on a computer, the service, and get the answer from it. We have here database, the data, we have the service, and we have a client. There are many types of BDMS. They range from small systems that run on a personal computer like the laptops to huge systems that run on a mainframe. Mainframe are a computers that support hundreds of users. The BDMS are often classified according to the database model. that they support. The most popular database systems since the 1920s have all supported the relational model as represented by the structured query language, the SQL. We will talk about this language in this video. The SQL, it's the magic language of database, and it's so important in database. Now let's talk about the most important part of the database, the structured query language, SQL. SQL, it's the magic language of the database. SQL is a language that allows communicating with the database. This language is widely used by the web developers to communicate with the data of a website. It enables selecting, answering, updating, deleting the data from a database. SQL can also be used to manage database. It's meant to create, to delete, or update the database. This is the importance of this language, SQL, in database. SQL is a special language designed to communicate with the database. With SQL, we can ask questions and add new data, delete the data, or even update the data. Now let's see the basic SQL command. We will learn basic SQL commands such as select, to obtain the information, insert, to add new data, update, to modify existing data, and delete, to delete the data. This is the SQL command that we use in database. What is a table? Now that we know how to talk our database with SQL, let's explore the concept of a table. A table is like a magical spreadsheet that organizes our data into row and column. Each table has a specific purpose, such as a contact list or a book catalog. Now, the column and row. In a table, the column represents the different categories of information, like the name, ID, age, etc. The row contains specific records with that information. Think of a table as a magic grid where each box has specific value. The table is the most common and simplest form of data storage in a relational database. A file is a column in a table, that is designed to maintain specific information about every record in the table. The record, also called a row of a data, is each individual entry that exists in a table. And the column is a vertical entity in a table that contains all information associated with a specific file in a table, like the age, the name, the ID, the username of a person, and other informations. The primary key. What is a primary key in a table? A primary key is a unique identifier for each record in a database table. It serves as a fundamental concept in relational database, ensuring that each row in a table can be uniquely identified by one or more of its attributes. The primary key is uniqueness. Each value in the primary key columns must be unique across all the records in the table. This ensures that no two records have the same identifier. The primary key is no nullability. A primary key column cannot contain null values. Every record in the table must have a valid and unique identifier. This is what is the primary key and the importance of the primary key in the table and database. Now let's talk about the foreign key. It is a primary key are often used in a relationship between tables. When a column in one table refers to the primary key of another table, it becomes a foreign key, establishing a link between the two tables. Now let's talk about the types of database relationship. We have three types: one-to-one relationship, one-to-many relationship, and many-to-many relationship. Let's see the difference between these three types, and let's start with the one-to-one. One-to-one relationship exists when each record in a table A is related to only one record in table B, and vice versa. For example, a table of a customer can be linked to a table of a shipping address. Each customer has a unique shipping address, and each shipping address belongs to a single customer. This is the one-to-one. Let's talk about one-to-many. One-to-many relationship exists when the record in table A can be linked to multiple records in table B, but each record in table B is linked to only one record in table A. For example, an order table can be linked to a customer table. Each order is placed by a unique customer, but each customer can have multiple orders. This is the difference between one-to-one and one-to-many. Many-to-many exists when a record in a table A can be related to multiple records in table B and vice versa. In this case, it is necessary to create a joint table to connect the two tables. For example, a product table can be linked to an order table. Each order can contain several products, and each product can be presented in server order. This is the three types of relationship in a database table. Look at these examples. In the first table, we have table A and table B. The table A we have capital ID and capital name. And the second table, table B, we have country ID, name, capital ID. This is an example for the one-to-one relationship. One, here we have one column in table B, A to B, one-to-one. But here in the second example, table A and table B, it's one to many because we have one column in table A is related to many columns in table B. This is the difference between these relationships. And now let's see two exercise, and let's start with the exercise number 1. Why the database is important in computer science. Databases are crucial in computer science for storing, managing, and retrieving large amount of structured data. They support complex queries and transactions, ensuring data integrity and consistency. Databases also enable scalable multi-user environments, essential for modern application and service. This is the importance of database in computer science. Exercise 2. What is the importance of the language SQL? Write the answer of this question on the comment section. This is all for today. If you have any question, contact me on Instagram. Thank you for watching and see you in next lecture. Now let's make a small revision about this lecture, the database. First, I explained what is a database. It's a collection that used to edit the data, update, delete the data. The database is a table that contains all the information of, for example, a person, a book. We will see also what is a data. It can be numbers, word, image, video, audio. This is the data. All of us contain a data like the ID, the name, username, the age. This is our data. I explained also what is the database management system, DBMS, and what is the importance of the SGBD. The BDMS is used to create, update, delete the database. We'll see also what is the language SQL. It's the most important language used in database. It's used to add the data, delete the data, update the data, create a data. This is the importance of the SQL in database and the basics of SQL command like the select, answer, update, and delete. And what is a table and the importance of the table in database. This is all about database and the importance of database in computer science.